All right, hello YouTube. Hey, listen, it's Yolanda at DryerBuzz. I'm about to give you 27 minutes to help you find your schedule. Pull yourself together like me. Do all those things you need to do because you need to be committed to your blog. Once you create it, once you pick that platform, once you know your niche, your niche, you find your lane or it finds you. Now you got to find a schedule. When do I have time to blog? Where do I find time to blog? Well, you already know. We tell you it's all blogging. It's all blogging. So let me get you guys here a good shot and see what we need to do and what we need to blog about today and what we need to talk about today for 27 minutes as we watch the timer. The first thing you need to do is make sure your content is out there and people can see it. So we went live on YouTube. And yesterday, after I went live on YouTube, and of course I still had more things to say, then I went live on Periscope, then I went live on Facebook, then I was like, wait a minute, I might need to do something else. So today, what I'm going to do is, I'm also going to go live on Instagram. And I was actually going to do Facebook, and I may do all three of those while we do this. Maybe, because I know I need to give you guys 27 minutes. Let's just see what happens if we were to do a live Instagram. Let's just go ahead and start a live Instagram. We'll sit Instagram over here as it gets started and building up our following over there as well. So let me see if we can get them on. How about we put them here and let them look at some books and a little bit about what we're talking about as well as they come in. And hopefully that'll work. Sunshine is blocking a little bit, but that's what it's all about. Okay, so the one thing we want to talk about today, and I'm going to go ahead and get started here on my desktop. I do have my juice for those of you on Instagram that are watching and joining me on the juice journey. For those of you that's going to hopefully on this YouTube videos watch me transition, because you know how you watch a YouTube channel and you just want to see the people evolve, right? You want to see me on here telling you guys about blogging, but you also want to see me evolve to that next level as a blogger, right? Not to mention the fact that I've been doing this for 16 years and I pretty much evolved to every level there is. Except there's, you always, what did somebody say? It was, I don't know who it was. One of the gurus said, always have a dream that you can chase. Always be chasing something. And I always tell you, do you hear that, opportunity knocks once. Opportunity keeps knocking and knocking and knocking and knocking until you answer. All right, so sometimes you might not be ready to answer, and it might come back around to you. So let me say hello to everybody over here on Instagram. You guys are getting a look in as I work on this YouTube video. I always try to give them 27 minutes of it's all blogging. So, we've been trying to figure out what books, and I've almost gotten through this crate of books, and I'm looking at what we have left, but I have books everywhere. And so I wanted to bring another book into the space because, we also do This Ain't That Book Club. But as we talk about blogging, as we talk about any part of this industry, I always want to be able to reference a good book. Where do I get all of this information? You hear oftentimes one of the habits that successful people do that everybody else doesn't, and that is read. And I have found that successful people or people who are avid readers, they've got one up on us on getting through these books, and they listen to the audio and audible versions of the books at almost a super speed. So that's how I'm like, wait a minute, what do you mean you read that book yesterday? Because when you go out and you get the audio or the audible subscription version of the book, it tells you how long it is, like whoever's narrating, whoever's reading it for you, it tells you how long it is. So, no matter the size of the book, it could be, a couple of hours of audio, maybe up to 10 hours, for them to read the book. So that means about 10 hours for you to listen to the book. I like to have the book on hand, especially in occasions where I get my book signed. And I think I did get her to sign this book. If you have been on any part of the conference season, let me see, where's my signature? Because this book was actually, I went to, I think I ended up getting a selfie and not a signature. But this book, Nellie Galen, is, and not to, you remember, we try not to put everybody in boxes, but Nellie Galen is leading. Forgive me, Instagram. I'm going to put you guys on Facebook because I want to talk to them for a little bit here as we do this. And Instagram is not doing what I want it to do. So let me go on Facebook this morning so I don't have to turn around and do, because Facebook is going to continue after we do the 27 minutes of It's All Blogging. And so I want to go ahead and get that started. And then, of course, if they have any questions, then we can do it. I'm just going to go ahead and go live. I'm not even going to try to name it and all of that, but I know I need to talk about this book on, or these books on there. So we want to, 2 birds, 1 stone, right? Is that what we want to do? We actually want to get them all, knock all the birds out the tree this morning, because I'm tired. I'm tired. I've been trying. I've been trying so hard to get to 100%. Let me see if we can get them going there. Okay, good. All righty. Let's see if we can. Where are we going to put this thing? I don't know. I guess that's good right there. Okay, Facebook. No, you look. You got to hit the live button. Let me put my little signature filter on here. And remember, that's all blogging. And unfortunately, there's no real pre-prep to the blogging, to the live experience yet. So we have to do it all once we go live. And that cheats you guys of about 6 minutes. So again, as I was saying, bringing the books into the book space. If you have been on the conference circuit over the last 3 to 5 years, probably some even longer, you've probably seen Nellie Galen or Galen or Galen. I think she said Galen. I don't know. On the conference circuit. And like I said, not to put everybody in the box, but she is leading the Latino movement of women becoming empowered, self-reliant, and rich in every way. And her motto is "Buy buildings, not shoes," right? I believe it is. And so, again, it's a book of lessons, self-made. She has here joined the movement of financial empowerment. Now, here go Adelante, and it's the Adelante Movement.com. They're also on Facebook, the Adelante Movement, Twitter, @Adelante Power, and hashtag Adelante Coke. She got Coca-Cola to sponsor her tour, okay? And you guys are probably backwards on one of these, I'm not sure. So, as you can see, let me go to her table of contents. And this is, this ain't that book club, but we're just going to talk about it just a little bit. Her foreword is by Susie Orman. And her table of contents is really pretty simple. She's got, number 1, she tells you what her story. Number 2, if I knew then what I know now. Wait, I do know now. Lessons I've learned on the way to becoming self-made. And those lessons include: there is no Prince Charming, think like an immigrant, make fear and failure your best friends, choose yourself first, power is taken, not given, in your pain, in your brand. Oh, in your pain is your brand. Life is about your mission and your money. Don't buy shoes, buy buildings. You have to sacrifice and then sacrifice some more. And then section 3 is how to become self-made, the goal, the game plan, and getting it done. There are many ways to become self-made. Go get the hidden money in America. Live a rich life in every way. And in most of these books, you will hear stories of how people, they came upon ways to make all of this money. They then lost all that money. Then they got some sense of priorities. And then they were able to go back and go get it. Hey, Laura. How are you? So, and you guys, I'm sorry about the sun shadow. I'm actually making my YouTube video. I jump on YouTube for about 27 minutes. So everybody knows that I'm building my book basket. And even though I may not pick on what, actually I do kind of pick a book each day and kind of, read something, trying to get some inspiration or inspired thoughts. so that I can then blog from those thoughts, because there's nothing wrong with inspiration. So this book, Nellie Galen Self-Made, is going to go into the book basket. And as you know, the book basket is going to sit here on the desk. It'll be in every shot. Each and every book will be in every shot, including my very own book, 27 Essence to Create Buzz. And everything you do, you must create buzz. If you want customers at the end of the day, likes all day, follows, and growing your audience and all of that. Our book club, this ain't that book club selection. This, for the next couple of weeks, is Crux. So I'll be doing an Instagram live on the reading of this, probably even a Facebook. And then, of course, I have a stack of books here that I'm still trying to vote on and decide which other books are going to go into the book basket. And because my workspace prior to this grew of books and papers and so forth, I am decluttering. I am trying to lessen all the stuff that I have around me. Facebook, guys, you guys are going to continue. I'm talking with YouTube right now, 10 minutes into It's All Blogging. It's All Blogging. Having opinions. And let me tell you, we talked about while watching these videos, you want to see me evolve as a blogger. And I can just tell you, I'll go to the Instagram here on the desktop, back at the desktop, right? How do you evolve as a blogger? One, you be consistent in your convictions, in the voice that you are. What did I say we were going to do today? Finding your schedule. Finding your schedule is one. Your schedule denotes your consistency. You know, like I said, okay, I'm going to do these 27-minute blogging videos, you know, daily, right? Did I say daily or weekly? Periodically? I don't know. That's the schedule, right? So the funny part about that is, that's where your consistency is. That's where you build the habits of your audience. You build the expectations of your audience. And like I said, once you get that domain, once you get that blog, and you start putting out information, people are going to always look for the next and the next and the next. They're going to look for you to have some type of consistency. So you want to make sure to find the schedule. After you find the platform, remember we talked in the video prior to this, the 5 ways to find your platform, and that first and foremost, it has to be a platform that's going to inspire you to be creative. You want to go into that space with no anxieties, and hey, so that we don't forget it, let me go over here and just read it to you so I don't have to, because remember after we did the video, we not necessarily repurposed it, but we went on a promotion tour with that video. And so we did embed it with a little bit of narrative in the blog. So, you know, don't just leave your content in one place. Make sure it's in multiple places. Your platform should inspire creativity, avoid paralysis of analysis. The platform you're on helps you avoid the paralysis of analysis, cause no side effects, meaning that coming into my workspace, I didn't have any anxiety like, oh man, I still got those books. I got to go get these books up and some back in the crate so they can probably, you know, be given away at some of the free libraries. The books that I'm going to keep got to go on the desk, got to go on the new bookshelves, and those kinds of things. So definitely no anxieties. You want to be able to just go freely with it. And then, of course, at the end of the day, you want to increase your audience because, and if you have a product, you want to make sure that it is an audience that a portion of that, percentage of that is going to convert to a customer, right? So if you're trying to increase your audience and build your following, if you have a product such as a book or you sell something, you want to make sure that that audience becomes buzz makers and they help create buzz so that you can draw more customers. There's no reason to blog unless you're going to publish it and make it public. There is no reason to have a product unless you're going to sell it, right? So that's a part of that. So making sure that you find your platform. Now, your platform has to inspire creativity. Well, how often are you going to be creative? What can you commit to, right? We all get that creative, you know, if we've thought to become a voice in the blog and so forth, we all get that creative nudge. You know, mine usually comes about 11 o'clock at night when I'm tired. It's just something about the change of day. Going into a new day that really makes me creative, and I get all these thoughts late at night, and I used to get up and act on them, and then of course you've been up, once you start writing, you've been up all night, and then you got to figure out the day. Like I'm a little tired right now, like I didn't go right to bed last night. I think I got in bed, but I didn't go to sleep till about 2:30 because I'm thinking, oh, what all do I need to try and accomplish tomorrow? And it's like I should have just dealt with that on tomorrow because it affected me and how I'm moving about in my day-to-day. I still got up. I had my schedule. Get up. You want to get dressed. take care of a couple of errands, make sure you've got some breakfast with DryerBuzz, which is to this morning, the juice that I actually made last night. Went with the smoothie again, so it takes me a little bit of time to process all that pulp and get it down. But this one was just basically a fruit and spinach. Actually, pineapple, mango, spinach. And then when I get done with this, because I've been moving into the juicing thing, so now I'm going full on this weekend with a full on juice cleanse and detox and so forth. Meaning all my meals I'm going to replace with a juice. How's that going to make a blogger? So coming up with the schedule, going into my new season, I said, okay, got to come up with my schedule. And part of that is my editorial schedule. When will people see me? How often will people see me? I've gotten crazy invitations. There's a lot going on in Atlanta. A lot of events that I should probably cover. But then thanks to social media and the growth of social media, I don't necessarily have to be at those events. I can kind of monitor their social media. Thanks to a lot of them posting great videos or going live, I can capture content and be at all these places at one time, spending a little bit of time here and a little bit of time there. For those who have asked me to be a media partner, I can say, listen, we can assist you with your social media, by sharing the content and so forth. That keeps me from having to rush here and rush there, trying to do red carpets over here, a press conference over there, and other opportunities that I might have, such as yesterday with the opportunity to go in and do radio. So in my schedule, I am consistent with my convictions. I'm consistent with the voice that I have and what I speak about at DryerBuzz. And because I have led this conversation about not only justice, but protesting and the different groups and the different movements and the momentum that comes out of that, including, Black Twitter and also social mobs, and how much people are trying today to duplicate a lot of the successes that we're seeing in the civil rights movement. I mean, people are trying to duplicate the civil rights movement all over the world, because what happened here in America was something so dynamic and unique for our diaspora coming to this country, many coming as immigrants, black people coming as slaves, and then reducing that level of suffrage in this country to surpassing the American dream. Beyond the history books. I mean, that's just the actual factual thing that happened. And so people all over the world wanted to know, how did a people in severe bondage end up surpassing what was the American dream, which was education and home ownership, right? Well, before doing it after slavery, education was a great thing. It was something that we could surpass. I mean, unsurmountable levels of education. And in the American dream, you talk about home ownership. Well, actually, the American dream today shouldn't be home ownership. It should be business ownership. It should be a family should be able to sustain itself. You should be able to, you're educating your kids, and there are a number of people in this country educating their kids, and then the kids get all this education, and then you got to put them into a system of going and find a job, and you can't even refer them. And yet we see here today upset and mad at Donald Trump that he has pretty much hired his entire family. And you can't. And I sent this Facebook update out this morning. It's like, listen, let's, hey, Mark Anthony, let's not, let's trade the hashtag boycott for the hashtag takeover. If you can pull that kind of energy, I sit and I look and I march with and I walk with, and let me tell you, honey, I have marched with the best of them on the front row and covering and all this kind of stuff and everything. You can go check it out my YouTube. I know all of these civil rights leaders and politicians, police chiefs, mayors, presidents, I've been doing this thing for 16 years. And as a matter of fact, a lot of the training that I have came from initiatives of former President Jimmy Carter. Check the selfies. Not only check the selfies, we were in a meeting one time, not to drop names, but I'm in a meeting with President Jimmy Carter, and he got so frustrated with everybody in the meeting, and he turns, he's like, can y'all just hush and just listen to Yolanda for a second? I nearly fainted. But solutions, all of my productivity training comes through working with those initiatives, and to bring that to the blogging sector, the business sector, to help further grow community organizing. We just got to do better, and we begin to do better when we start looking for better outcomes, when we start focusing on outcomes. And if you notice, a lot of conversation today, it wants to talk about the problem. Everybody wants to be the star of the problem, but nobody wants to be the one to really bring forth solutions. You're watching your president, he's going from one initiative to the other, trying to get that first win. And he's not the first to do it. And I know everybody has a lot of bias because, and I'm not a trumpeter or anything, but everybody has a lot of bias. I mean, all these presidents, they are the same. They are the exact same. And each of them have had the very first, same, almost identical year, except for President Bush. His first year was the most critical one when you talk about the loss of life with 9/11 and then the ongoing war where we were losing soldiers 3 to 5 to 10 a day. You know, so all of these presidents are going through this. And yes, Trump's, approval rating is never going to be good because he's just not a likable person. He's almost certifiable. But at the same time, all of the presidents have done this. Their cabinets have changed during that first year. Their initiatives have changed. It's very hard to meet a campaign promise when you can't communicate with anybody or work or have the patience to get through an initiative. And so that's what we're seeing there 20 minutes into this YouTube video. So all of that, I said all that to say again, it's all blogging. You got to be, first and foremost, find the schedule that's going to allow you to be consistent. And if you've done what we've said in finding your platform and finding your niche, the schedule part, finding your schedule is going to be easy, because if you truly want to be the voice of something, waking up in the morning, because waking up in the morning and with that scheduled time to do what it is you love and to talk about your passion. As you can see in my recall, I can go here and there, I can go all over the place and bring it back home, because it's something that I'm passionate about. So when somebody tells me to put on my brand, DryerBuzz, put on my DryerBuzz shirt and come into a space and talk about what it is that I do, I can do that and talk about a number of other things at the same time. So I don't have to worry about scheduling this, because there are no side effects to it. There are no anxieties to it. I know that, hey, listen, can you get on YouTube and talk for 27 minutes? Yeah. And then I can turn around over here to Facebook and talk for a couple of hours, throw in some Periscope, because I'm passionate about this. This is the lifestyle that I wanted, to wake up, come a few feet from my bedroom, wait till my washer stops with its noise, need a new washer, blogging needs a new washer, and wait and hit that button and just go live, because I'm doing what I'm called to do. I'm doing what, if I wanted to call this a ministry, then I can go and get my book by Bunny Jackson Ransom, and I could get the word out how to market your ministry. Well, blogging is my ministry, being the voice of. When I do this, I do it in the vein of an African proverb that says, when the lion gets a storyteller, the hunter no longer has the better part of the story. So when I walk in the room, I want them to know that the lion storyteller is here, and we got to come correct. And the way to do that is through my schedule and being consistent, because they know if I hear it, I see it, and my tingling starts and it's got a little bit of buzz, I'm going to do something with it. I'm going to take it to the next level. I'm going to take it to the blog. I'm going to take it to social media. So yesterday, because I'm consistent in my schedule, even though I've been doing this for 16 years, and it should be a natural habit, and to some degree it is, but sometimes things change up. Because I'm consistent in being the voice, and people know what I'm the voice of, and know what I talk about, and know what I blog about. I was invited in to talk about the backlash that protesters are seeing, and not only that, was told that, hey, listen, for all things social media, you'll be a contributor, you'll be invited on the show. So I took a visit to WABE 90.1 here in Atlanta, where ATL meets NPR, and it's part of NPR, and got a chance to talk about this backlash. And again, not only the backlash, but our bias in the backlash. Here we have Trump supporters, again, like everybody else, trying to model the protest movement that we've seen in America, most notably from African Americans, Latinos, LGBT, and now they want to use it again. They haven't used it. White America has not used the protest model since about May 1970. And if you go out there and look at the hashtag May 1970, you're going to be like, wow, really? Yeah, And you notice, and when you'll see when they use it, it's kind of extreme. But there's some things going on in our political climate right now. This needs to be a little bit more understood. Somebody put a comment on Instagram, and if you guys aren't doing writing and posting on Instagram, that's good. Focus on solution, not the problem. Exactly. And when you go into a meeting and you're in the meeting with these people and the solution is not the focus, leave the table. There's no sense in being at a table where the solution is not the focus. All right, we got about 2 minutes left on the Instagram. So, but be consistent, and the only way to be consistent, the only way to build the habit of your readers or of your viewers or your followers, of your subscribers, is you have to do it with some type of schedule in mind. You create and build the behaviors of your audience. And so you need to adhere to some type of schedule, right? If you don't have some type of schedule, make sure you have a serious notification system. Don't depend on the social network. Don't depend on the blog. Make sure, hey, listen, if you were random with it, random is a schedule, but make sure you've got a serious notification. Build a habit of people getting your notifications. Build your email list. Make sure that you, at the end of the day, you're attracting enough data so that if you're going to stay random, and random is okay, because that's like breaking news, right? You're breaking buzz. It's a breaking blog, right? Here's a breaking blog, meaning I'm going to go, and I've done that a time or two myself, breaking blog or blog breaking, you know, and I think that's what I use, blog breaking, meaning stop everything, slow your scroll, and check this out. If that's going to be your schedule, that's fine. But just make sure that you build the habit that people have your notifications on so that they can get it while you're live, and so that they can check it out and so forth. And make sure that you are extracting a phone number so that you send text message. That might be the notification system you want, or email. Email is still a very critical piece of data to have, because there are those, and you should know your audience. Where is your audience getting their notification? Are they just watching you go? You know, are they by chance catch you or whatever? And you know how you find that out? You ask your audience for 15 seconds. Ask your audience, surveying your audience, because at the end of the day, you need to have the data. You want to know, because I might want to do these at 9 o'clock. Well, 9 o'clock may not be the time. 9 a.m. may not be the time to do it. 9 p.m. may be the better time to do it. So ask your audience. I asked my audience, when do they want to come to breakfast? And they were like, hey, well, we love, we want to try it on the weekend. Hey, let's try it on the weekend. So Breakfast with DryerBuzz is now first Saturdays. Our season returns September the 2nd. You can go and check it out. Information is all over the internet. Just filter the internet for Breakfast with DryerBuzz, and you'll get all the information. Today is Friday. As scheduled, I need to go on to Eventbrite, and I need to come up with a Friday deal, because we have BFF Fridays, Bring a Friend Friday. So I need to go create a deal with that, because that's in my schedule. Thank you guys so much for watching on YouTube. I hope you got some great information today. Again, as we continue to tell you, it's all blogging. You want to see it in action, just go to DryerBuzz.com. Filter the entire internet with hashtag DryerBuzz, and I'll catch you guys next time. Hey, enjoy your weekend. Catch me on the next video. It's all blogging. DryerBuzz.